If you're exploring Son Tra Peninsula, Dong Dinh Museum is an easy stop to add to the same trip as Lin Ung Pagoda. It's located right beside the road on the way up the peninsula. I've been here 2 times, and I came back again this year to see how the place is doing today. The ticket counter is right at the entrance, so this is the first thing you need to know. At the time of my visit, admission was 50,000 dong, roughly $2 for foreign visitors. There was also a ticket with a drink, starting at 75,000 dong, or around $3. Dong Dinh was created by Vietnamese artist, poet, and documentary filmmaker Doan Hoi Giao. He spent decades collecting objects and memories connected to Vietnamese culture and traditional life, and gradually turned this hillside into a cultural space. The museum officially opened in 2011. The idea was not simply to build another museum, but to create a place where cultural memories could be preserved within the natural landscape of Son Tra. At the top, you'll find a map showing the different spaces around the museum. From here, there are 2 directions to explore. The 2 traditional houses are the main exhibition spaces, while the path on the left takes you through the tea room and the fishing village memory house. The first space along this path is the tea room. This was actually my first time stepping inside. Inside, you'll find a traditional tea setting and a few artworks, while the balcony looks out over the garden. Tea experiences can also be arranged here as a separate service. A little further on is one of the most distinctive spaces in Dong Dinh, the fishing village memory house. This space tells the story of Nam Tho, the old fishing village at the foot of Son Tra. The house itself was built using parts of old wooden boats, basket boats, and coracles. Inside are fishing tools and everyday objects once used by local fishermen. For me, this is one of the most meaningful parts of the museum because it connects the collection directly to the history of this area. Along this path, you'll see the Dong Dinh trees that give the museum its name. They grow naturally around Son Tra and can still be found scattered throughout the museum grounds. So the name Dong Dinh is actually very closely connected to the landscape where the museum stands. A little further along the path, there is another wooden house with carved human faces. It's not currently open as a regular exhibition space, so visitors can only see it from outside. But the architecture is still interesting enough to stop and look at for a moment. And here are the 2 traditional wooden houses that hold the museum's main collection. For me, these 2 houses are the heart of Dong Dinh. They are traditional Quang-style houses, and inside you'll find collections of ancient ceramics and other cultural objects gathered over many years. This is actually my 3rd visit, so I already know that Dong Dinh is not a large museum. The collection here is relatively small, and the displays are quite simple. Most objects have basic labels, such as the name and date, rather than a detailed explanation. And on this visit, I could clearly see dust accumulated on some of the objects. And this matters, especially if you're a foreign visitor. If you simply walk through the museum on your own, there isn't a regular guide explaining the stories behind the objects. You can read the basic label, look at the object, and move on. But without someone explaining the historical and cultural context, it's difficult to understand why a particular object matters. If you want that deeper explanation, you'll need to arrange a guided service separately. Since you're already paying an admission fee, I personally think the basic stories behind the collection should be easier for visitors to access. But there's another change I noticed this year. Last year, much more of this garden was still covered in vegetation, and this is what it looks like today. Several parts of the garden have been cleared and converted into café and service spaces. The larger trees are still here, but the landscape has changed quite noticeably in just 1 year. And this is another thing to keep in mind when you look at the map at the entrance. Some of the spaces shown on the map are no longer part of the regular visitor experience. The building marked as the Ethnic People's House is currently being used as a staff area, so it isn't open for visitors to explore. And what is marked as the bamboo forest is now just a small remaining patch of bamboo. And today, the cafe is no longer just a small side feature of Dong Dinh. It has become a major part of the experience. You can sit under the trees, enjoy the view, and have a drink after walking around the grounds. The drinks are self-service. When your order is ready, you collect it from the bar yourself. Personally, I don't think the drinks are the main reason to come here. For me, you're paying more for the setting and the view than for the quality of the drink itself. There is also one practical warning I definitely want to give you. Bring mosquito repellent. All three of us wore long pants today, and we still got bitten on our arms. The mosquitoes here are small forest mosquitoes, but the bites can be extremely itchy. So if you're coming with children, I'd bring insect repellent and dress them appropriately. And then, of course, there are the monkeys. They can come down into the cafe area, so keep your food and drinks with you and don't leave them unattended. So, after seeing it again this year, would I recommend Dong Dinh Museum? Honestly, I wouldn't put it on my list of must-see museums in Da Nang. If your main goal is to see a large collection of historical objects and understand their stories through detailed interpretation, I think there are better museum experiences in Da Nang. But if you're already exploring Son Tra and want to combine a small cultural collection, traditional architecture, the story of a local fishing village, and a quiet cafe surrounded by greenery, Dong Dinh can still be a worthwhile stop. Just come knowing what you're actually going to find here.